All right, getting you some latest news coming in from the state of Karnataka amid row over the Vedic math for SC/ST students in the state. The higher education minister has backed the scheme. He's saying it's an add-on course and it will be beneficial to the students. Now, in one of the particular districts of the state of Karnataka, the funds meant for the welfare of the SC/ST students are being used to teach a new subject called Vedic Maths to these students. We'll also try and get you more reactions on the story. Here's a reaction coming in from Dr. Ashwathnarayan. Listen.
This plan of teaching Vedic mathematics to SC/ST students has come under attack. They're saying why fund it from the SC/ST sub-plan 1? Second, what is the scientific logic behind this?
Basic empowerment, strengthening, or seeing a great future or a better future can happen only through learning. So in this situation, learning has to be given topmost priority, thereby really enabling and strengthening them, empowering them is the best way where we can really support them or promote them. Nobody is imposing. People have got the right and freedom to select what they want. Only thing, a scope is given, add-on program has been added. Routinely, whatever needs to be taught, the basic learning will happen. So it's a good thing, good initiative. Something good is happening. Mathematics is a very core foundation for any learning. Whoever learns maths can do well in all fields.
Government is staring at a fresh controversy, and this is about introduction of Vedic mathematics for SC/ST students studying in class 5 to 8 in one district. It has angered certain Dalit groups. It has angered certain people who are questioning, why do you want to use these funds which are meant for the welfare of the SC/ST groups? The government is implementing this in one of the district using 25% of the Gram Panchayat funds. Harish is with us on the broadcast. Harish, first, the scope and mandate of these funds. I mean, in how many districts will Vedic mathematics will be taught, and will this be over and above other subjects? Is it something that may be applied to the larger curriculum of the state education board as well?
Well, it's not something that's been planned by the education board, that's what we understand, but this is a proposal which is now going implemented by the Rural Development and Panchayat Raj Department. As a pilot project, it's been already implemented in one of the districts. It will be expanded to other districts is what we understand. There are three problematic areas here. One, the funding of it. This is coming from the SC/ST sub-plan. There are clear mandates on for what this could be used. This is for the SC/ST welfare, the community's welfare. Why is it being used for this project? Dalit groups see this as an attempt at saffronization. Educationists asking what is the scientific rationale? Who is saying that this will be helpful for the students? Is there a study? Are there experts pointing out why is it being implemented without any of this being done? And there are national curriculum framework which is there, which is in a way a guiding document that doesn't speak about the Vedic mathematics being useful for anyone. Apart from that, they're also saying that the fact that only a bunch of students will learn this and others won't be, this will, one, create disparity, second, create confusion as well. These are students in class 5, 6, 7 and 8, so, and there might
Harish,
be a bit
I'm
of
sorry I'm interrupting you, but I want to understand from you
them.
that if this is not a decision that has been taken by the State Education Board, which is the department concerned that took this decision? And as you were pointing out to the various rational reasons as to why it should not be included, what is the basis on which they have really included it as a part of curriculum? And there has to be a certain degree of uniformity across districts when you introduce subjects like these, especially in the formative years, class 5 to class 8.
Absolutely, that's a problematic area. That's the department which is supposed to ensure that there is enough due diligence done and informed decision is taken, which is the education department, is not involved in it. It's the Rural Development and Panchayat Raj Department which is implementing. Funding is coming from the SC/ST sub-plan. And remind you, the other crucial factor here is that it's given to AVM Academy, which is teaching Vedic mathematics. They will prescribe a uniform which has to be used by these students. Now, Dalit groups are saying, what is the point here? If you're teaching students in a normal government school in a particular uniform, why does anyone else need a different uniform for a Vedic maths class? And they are saying this also could lead to implementation of Brahminical practices. They are questioning the rationale behind having a uniform, separate uniform for this as well.
Interesting. Harish, stay with us on the broadcast. I'm going to get in some political voices as well. Pramila Nesargi of the BJP is joining us on the broadcast. Pramila ji, thank you so much for speaking to us. Why introduce the subject of Vedic mathematics and more importantly, the funds are being used from the SC/ST welfare funds, and it's a decision which has been taken at the panchayat level. Don't you think it's going to create a lot of differences, non-uniformity, especially in the educational curriculum?
I don't think so, madam. Because Siddaramaiah and opposition, they have no other work. No. Now they have been caught. Many scandals have come up. They just already come into notice, that they are involved in the appointment of the teachers and other things. They are afraid of it. So sidetrack this, they want to come up with these sort of things. But let us see, everything will have an exception. Let us see if it works out well, that can be implemented. If it is found that it is not good later on, then we change it also. Why come in the way of any project that is brought about by the government?
Ma'am, I'm going to keep aside the Congress party here for a second, because as you say,
I'm not telling about Congress party, all the opposition.
All the opposition. I'm going to keep them aside for a second, because as you said, there may be political reasons why they are targeting you. Point taken, valid point. But for any policy decision that the state government takes at any level, whether it's at the state level, at the secretariat level, or at a local panchayat level, and national leaders are supporting it, there has to be a reason for it. There has to be a rationale for it, right? What is the rationale over which this decision has been taken?
I then want to ask you, what is irrationality? Yeah, I agree with you, there must be rationality. What is irrationality that you find in this project?
Ma'am,
let them come out with the irrationality. Say, we can't say that everything done by us is good. I can't say that. There will be something mistake somewhere. Let them show that. What's the duty of the opposition or others? They must say, sir, this is what you are coming about.
No, ma'am, at the outset of my question, I said that I'm not talking about the opposition parties. I'm asking to you as a responsible citizen and a journalist, because you are the government of the day. You have to give me reasons, ma'am. I have the right to ask you that question. Most humbly.
I am telling you as a reasonable person. I will see how the project is going to be implemented, whether it's going to affect the citizens at large.
But ma'am, you haven't given me a reason so far. You haven't given me the rationale so far.
No, I'm telling you, I'm asking you what is the irrationality. You're telling me what is the irrationality. Any project, I say I want to experiment and see how it works out. If it is found at the end of the day that it is not working properly, it is something wrong, they will rectify it. It is not that the government is hard.
Pramila ji, the presumption in your argument, Pramila ji, is that one has to show irrationality. I don't think administrations work like that. The basic premise of administrative law that governs this country is that if the government takes a decision, you have to tell us why you have taken that decision. That's the basis of administrative law in this country.
I'm only telling you, according to me, it is good for the state. It is good for the education system. And it is one of the policies that we have brought about. According to me, it is good.
All right. Nasir Hussain.